Jason Pointer here from Deptive. Today I'm pretty excited because I've got Joe Vaccaro here with me. So Joe, can you just give a quick introduction so people know who you are and what your position is with Citrix?
Yeah, great, thanks for the time. So I'm Joe Vaccaro. I'm responsible for the overall product line of Citrix Cloud, and so I have the engineering, product management, product marketing teams. They're helping to kind of build the platform to enable everything that is Citrix to be available from one place on Citrix Cloud.
Awesome, and one thing you said there is one change, right? People may have heard of the Citrix Workspace Cloud, but that's one of the recent announcements is it's now back to Citrix Cloud, simplified. So just to clarify that. Now, so the way that I explain Citrix Cloud to customers is you know, my 30-second explanation is, it's taking the brains of the Citrix products you already know, putting it in the cloud. Right? So you're talking to the XenApp world, that's your delivery controllers, Zen Mobile, you've got Zen Mobile Server. So those brains are going into the cloud, but you're still free to run your workload wherever you want. And that can be cloud, public cloud, it can still be you know, on-premise, infrastructure as a service provider. And so yeah, that's kind of my quick explanation. Yeah. Is there anything you'd like to add to that?
Sure, I mean, you think about what Citrix stands for, right? The ability to securely deliver applications and data and do that anywhere on any device. What we want to be able to do is to create a set of cloud services to help meet customers wherever they are in their journey and to enable everything that is Citrix to be offered as a cloud service. And so we want to be able to create services to help extend traditional Citrix deployments, whether that's Zen apps, Zen desktops, Zen mobile, help to better manage hybrid deployments, as you talked about, being able to take, say, the Zen app delivery controllers into Zen app storefronts and components and actually provide that to customers as a service, as well as then create a set of turnkey cloud services that can help you to really simplify the consumption where you're wanting to, say, run your business on Citrix Cloud. But what's important here is it's not just about your application delivery or data delivery, it's all about everything that's Citrix. So one of the new things that we talked about here at Synergy is a NetScaler Gateway service. So it's actually extending not just Zen apps, Zen desktop, Zen mobile, and ShareFile, what you consider like your baseline workspace, actually now moving into everything that is Citrix available from Citrix Cloud.
Right, so I'd actually missed that announcement. So NetScaler Gateway going in as a service as well.
Yeah, so we actually demonstrated a NetScaler Gateway service that can be used in conjunction with the Zen app and Zen desktop service to provide that simple remote access, where in the past you can provision your workloads, say, on your premises, but you still have to stand up, say, a full NetScaler.
Sure,
and many times if you're looking to only solve that simple remote access where you're wanting to get access to those applications, you had to actually go through the process of standing up the complete NetScaler. Now with the flick of a switch, you can begin using that NetScaler Gateway service with, in conjunction with that Zen app and Zen desktop deployment.
Yeah, look, that's pretty awesome too. I mean, that's taking away quite a bit of the complexity, right? Going with a Citrix Workspace. See, I keep on saying Workspace Cloud. It's already in there. Okay. Citrix Cloud, you took the complexity away from, say, you know, I'm just going to refer to Zen app, Zen desktop, right? You took the complexity away from the controllers and the databases, all that, but you're right, everybody needs remote access, so you still had the complexity of setting up a NetScaler Gateway. So now that's removed, I guess another barrier.
Yeah, we want to simplify everything and make it really easy to use across our any of our core products, really help kind of realize that vision of secure application and data delivery for everyone.
Awesome, awesome. So in terms of new, you know, the new announcements at Synergy, I guess what are the highlights? What are the things you think are exciting that have been released?
Yeah, you know, from a Citrix Cloud standpoint, it's really kind of exciting to look back at a year when we first talked about, at that point, Citrix Workspace Cloud, and we really only had a test drive, which was kind of a simple way to get experience of what is a workspace. Now fast forward today, we have upwards of 9 different services that kind of span the different spectrum of how you can use. So one really exciting thing is the new features within lifecycle management. 2 things that are really brand new, I think really exciting. The first is an update service that allows you to inspect your existing traditional Zen app and Zen desktop deployments and give you a report on all of the, say, missing hotfixes or missing updates within your existing deployment, and then actually can go one step further and actually update all those components for you, meaning your delivery controller components, your VDAs. Now, for customers that are looking to also deploy workloads in a public cloud, what's really important is how you manage the cost of the workloads running in the cloud. And so Lifecycle Management introduced a new feature around smart scaling that allowed you to kind of auto scale in and out based upon either a schedule-based algorithm or a load-based algorithm, so you can really optimize your cost when using a public cloud.
Look, I think that's probably the most exciting thing, right? Because as far as I'm concerned, if you're moving to public cloud, you need to have that sort of smarts, you need to have that sort of automation. If you're going in and saying, here's, I'm building a XenApp environment and here's my 100 VMs and you're leaving them running 24/7. You're not getting the benefits of public cloud really. So being able to have that auto scaling, come up, come down as different time periods or load, I think that's key. It's really critical.
Yeah, moving to the cloud is about a couple factors. Agility being one of the big ones, right? As you talked about, ability to go really fast, but it's also about the cost savings. And if you don't have one without the other, not really benefiting from the public cloud and all that it can offer you.
Awesome.
One other thing I'd talk about, as we talked about the spectrum of meeting customers wherever they are in their journey, we actually introduced some additional enhancements to the new secure browser service that's available within Citrix Cloud. And I think this solves really an interesting use case. When you look at one of the most widely published applications in XenApp being a browser, you ask, well, why are they doing that? Well, they want to publish a browser many times to be able to get access to an internal web application.
Sure.
So many customers today have to deploy a complete XenApp environment just to solve a simple use case of getting access to an internal web application. Now with the secure browser service in Citrix Cloud, you could simply point us at the URL you want, and what browser you want to use, because many times you want to select a certain browser version for compatibility reasons.
That's critical, yes.
And then be able to provide that out either inside of receiver or a direct link to that web application. So really simplifying this use case down to a few clicks in a few minutes to solve one of the classic reasons of why people would want to use our XenApp technology.
Funny, isn't it? People think going to web and you've solved all those compatibility problems in client side, but I'm sure everybody knows that that's not the case, and that is a big issue, right?
Yeah.
Most customers do. We find, say in the XenApp world, most customers end up with a different silo to be running, a certain version of browser. We have to stay at IE10 or IE9 or something like that. So just out of interest, what browser versions can you select from that? Do you know?
So you can select from a different range of Internet Explorer, Firefox, and Chrome, and the goal over time is to expand that all the way back into older versions. What's key here is actually Citrix is hosting the browser for you and then securely tunneling back into your internal network to be able to access those web applications. And so truly there's nothing for the customer to have to host or manage. Everything is done in a turnkey fashion by Citrix.
Just thinking that would be a slightly alternative use case would be quite useful for some people doing web testing from different browsers as well. Hey, there's a few different browsers you could use there. Awesome. All right, hey look, I think that probably covers it. I just wanted to have a quick chat, hear what's happening in the Citrix Cloud world.
Great.
So thanks for your time this afternoon.
Yeah, I encourage everybody to go take a look, citrix.cloud.com, create a free account, and use any of the great services that are available.
Wonderful.
All right, thanks for the time.
Thanks, Joe.